Hey you guys, how you doing? Welcome to Bones Collector, where today we have a red alert. That's right, another red alert, and this is a very important video. It is full ELF-CON 3 type of stuff that you're going to have to pay attention to, because I'm going to talk about a game today and give you 5 reasons why you should go out and seek this game. And the 5th reason is the one that's going to put you over the top. But I'm going to go through all 5 reasons of why you should own this game. And the game that I'm talking about is Vivid Memories by Matthew Dunstan and Brett J. Gilbert. And the art is by Andrew Bosley. This game came out in 2022 without very much fanfare at all. I don't think it generated any kind of excitement whatsoever. And this is the deluxe edition. And first reason that I wanted to tell you why you need to buy this game is, first of all, the designers, Matt Dunstan and Brett J. Gilbert. When this game did come out, that caught my eye because I have some games by these guys that are very good. And the ones I'm talking about that I have in my library are Chocolate Factory Deluxe and the Guild of Merchant Explorers. Now, if you've played either one of these games, you know what I'm talking about. They're both outstanding. And not to mention, Brett J. Gilbert, I believe, is the co-designer with Trevor Benjamin on Mandala and Patterns. Plus, they did Elysium and a host of other games. So if you look these guys up, you'll know what I'm talking about. They've done some outstanding board games, and I love both of these, by the way. Outstanding games. But I want to talk about this game, and because of this game having the same set of designers, I was very curious about it when it first came out. And I looked into it, and I just wasn't sure about it. So I didn't do anything about it. Laura and I decided, those guys are great designers. Let's just wait and play it. Well, we were going to a convention, and lo and behold, a copy, this deluxe copy, turned up on there for 15 bucks. And I said, well, go ahead. Let's go ahead and try the game. So we did. Picked that copy up and took it home and played it one time, and I really liked it. I liked it right away. And we let it set for a while. We didn't get a chance to play it again for quite a while. Just recently, we got this game back out and decided, hey, maybe we don't want to keep this game. You know, we've got a lot of games, and we're going to try and call some out here. We have too many. We have over 200 board games in our house right now, and we're going to try and get those down. But man, we wanted to give this game a chance because we liked that first play we had. Now, again, the first reason you should buy this game is because of the designers. The second reason that I can give you to consider this game is the publishing job of this deluxe copy. I mean, it's fantastic. And I'll show you some of the pieces in here. The rule book is that linen type of rule book. These are the player boards that you're going to use in this game. And this is a route building game. These are dual layered player boards. This is the scoreboard, a heavy piece of cardboard. These are the private goal tiles. I forget what those are called. Those are thick cardboard. And then you have these other tiles in here called moment tiles. And this whole theme of this is childhood moments that you remember. You know, you're building memories in this game. And you have a whole bunch of those in here. These thick memory tiles, they're called. And those are really gorgeous. The art on them, of course, Andrew Bosley. And then you get this draw bag that's stitched with Vivid Memories on it. Beautiful draw bag. And then in the box comes a neoprene play mat that you're going to use in the game. That you're going to lay those memory tiles out on and put these fragment tokens, these acrylic fragment tokens that are in this bag. All these beautiful fragment tokens. There's a whole bag full of these in here. Blue, red, purple, green, and yellow. And they are so pretty. And they're going to lay in these double layer player boards. So you're going to lay these things in here. You're going to be building a route. And you can see how these fit in here. Hopefully you can see that. And these spaces on the edge that you're going to see right here are called core memories. And you can do a 1-pointer, a 4-pointer, and an 18-pointer. So there's 3 opportunities to score there. There's only 3 rounds in this game. And I'm getting into something now here. My third reason is the design of this game, is why you want to pick this game up. It's fantastic design. I'm trying to keep myself organized here. It's an amazing board game design. You're going to try to build a route of colors in these hexes to these core memory slots. Now, once you create that route and complete it, then you'll take one of the tiles out of that hex and put it in that core memory slot that matches that color. Now, one of the hardest things to deal with in this game is the drafting system. On that neoprene player mat in front of you, you're going to have memory tiles. On each memory tile, I'm going to talk about the two-player experience because that's what Lori and I played. I didn't go through and read the rule book and what the changes are for more players, but in the two-player game, we're going to have 4 memory tiles on that neoprene mat, and there's going to be 4 fragments on each one of those memory tiles. So we're going to take turns drafting those off those memory tiles. Now those memory tiles have an action on them, and they have a point scoring opportunity on them too, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But we're going to take turns drafting fragments off of those memory tiles. You have to draft from the outside in, and it reminds me of Spirit in the Forest in that way, when you're working your way from the outside in. Now you can choose to draft tiles in different values. So if you want to take one tile, you can take one tile. And if you take that one tile, you get to do something called a rewire action. And I'll talk about that in a moment. If you take 2 tiles, you have to take 2 of the same color. If you take 3 tiles, you have to take 3 different colored tiles. Now here's the hitch. Whenever you draft tiles from those memory boards, or if a memory tile will give you a tile, it has to go in an empty hex. So if you draft 1 tile, it has to go in an empty hex. If you draft 2, it's got to go in an empty hex. If you draft 3 different tiles, they all have to go in the same empty hex. Now on top of your player board here, you have 4 slots, and those are 4 separate actions that you're going to be able to take after the drafting round is over, and those will undo what you've done. That's the best way I can describe it. And it's the only way you have to change those tiles around in that double layer player board, in this route building that you're doing. The only way to change those around are these 4 actions and the rewire action that you can use if you draft 1 tile from the center. So that's how you're going to manipulate these tiles after you drafted and placed them on this board. But here's the rub with that. When you're drafting tiles off those memory tiles in the center, you're going to have, in a 2-player game, you have 4 of these. So whoever takes the last tile off of one of these takes that tile and puts it in their play area. Now that's going to go, at the end of all the drafting, that's going to go in one of these slots, wherever you place it. You get to choose where to put it, but you're going to sacrifice the action here, and that hurts so bad. You're going to sacrifice the actions on the player board wherever you put this tile. If you get 2 of these, you're going to have 2 of these in here before the action phase starts. If you get 3 of them, you're going to have to put 3 of them in here and cover up those actions that let you move this stuff around. So that hurts really badly. Which brings me to another point. When you're looking at these memory tiles and drafting fragments off of them, you're going to have to be very aware what's on the bottom of them, because you have to ask yourself, can I complete this action? If you can complete that action, then you can flip it over and it has a scoring opportunity on the other side. You have to score that tile in order to remove it out of that slot. And there's only 3 rounds in this game. It just feels very challenging to make that happen. You have to know what the scoring opportunity is on this tile, and it shows you in a faded picture on here. So it has the action in bright colors, and in a faded picture it has what the scoring opportunity is. The thing you have to ask yourself is, can I complete that scoring opportunity in the very next round? Because you only have 3 rounds. You got to get that thing off your board to open up these actions. And it's a game in a game, because you want to try to stick your opponent with some of these tiles. You want to take some of them, but you don't want all of them. And you have to make sure that when you're drafting that you're thinking about that the entire time. Not only what tiles you want, but you have to think about how the action on that tile is going to help you build whatever you're doing on your player board. Now, in these hexes, the hardest thing to get used to, I think, first of all, is that you have to put all the tiles you draft in an empty hex every turn. And then you have to remember that once you get a color represented in this hex, it is part of a route. So it doesn't matter where yellow is in this hex. It's represented in that hex, so it counts in the yellow route. When you're counting points, it's how many of these hexes are in the route times the empty space of that color in the core memory slots. So that's how you're scoring points there. The other thing you want to remember when you're doing this is that you get to score those core memories if you have them completed for the successive rounds after that. So if in the first round, if you happen to complete a 4-point and a 1-point core memory with your route building, you're going to score 4 and 1, 5 points that round, and you'll score 5 points in the 2 rounds after that. Now, if you manage to get an 18-point core memory filled up, of course, whenever you score that, you're going to score those 18 points, and in every round after that, you'll score the 18 points. It is so challenging. It's a beautiful game design, and it took me 5 plays to appreciate it. We played it the first time, and I liked it, and set it aside, like I told you. It was like a month.
You can look in there. It might have been a year.
It might have been a year? Let's see. 7/17/23, and then we just played it. Yeah, it's been 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, we waited 2 years to get this back to the table. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're like you, we're busy. Then we played it 4 times in a row. The second time I played it, I thought, I don't remember disliking this game, but right now I do. Second time I played it. The third time I played it, and Lori's telling me, just be patient, let's just do it again. So we played it again, and I said, wow, I don't know. I still don't know if I want to hang on this game. But in the 4th and 5th play, once it starts to sink in how this game works, it is a beautiful experience, let me tell you. You must be a master at understanding what these 4 actions do at the top of this board and that rewire action. The rewire action, when you draft a single tile, you get to do the rewire action, and you are allowed to take any number of tiles from one hex and put them in any number of tiles that are adjacent to it. So you could, hexes, I'm sorry. Or you can take tiles from these adjacent hexes and put them in any one hex. Very important you understand how that works. But those actions that you take up here are so vital to what you're doing in this game. And once you figure that out, once you get that in your head and you can see how your board is working, this game comes alive, I'm telling you. It is a fantastic gaming experience, and I learned that, but it took me a while to learn that. And then these are aspiration tiles. So this is your aspiration tiles, and all it is, there's 5 of them, 1 for each color of acrylic tile in the game, and it's going to have a color on it, and it has 3 opportunities on how to score that color at the end of the game. Single fragments on your board, in those hexes, you get 1 point for each of those, and then you get 1 point for each one of your color that's in the core memory slots, and you get 5 points for every completed memory that you take. I showed you, you have to put that on your and cover up actions, and then when you turn that over, when you do that scoring opportunity, you remove that from your board and put those in a stack, and for every one in your color of your aspiration tile, you get 5 points for that tile. So that's another thing you're thinking about. I'm going to tell you what, this is a really, really outstanding design. I can't sing its praises high enough. It's incredible. Let's see what else I wanted to say here. Okay, so we have the designers, reason number 1. Number 2, the beautiful publishing of this game. Number 3, the amazing design of the game. Number 4 is the playtime. We can get 30, 35, 40 minutes? Very quick. 3 rounds. And you're drafting off those tiles. It is very, very tight playtime. Very fun to have in such a small period of time. Now I want to tell you, this is a puzzle game. And I've got some puzzle games I want to show you. When I speak about a puzzle game, some of you may not know, that's a puzzle game, Calico. If you like Calico, you're on the right track. Do you like Verdant? You're on the right track. That's the type of game this is. Do you like Reef? Yeah, that's what I mean by puzzle games. Then we got another one. I got Nocturne here. That's a puzzle game. And Azul. Do you like Azul? You might want to consider this game. Now, the game that reminds me the most of this game is one I recently played. It's brand new. It's called Spectacular. It makes me feel like the same way. This 30-35 minutes, Spectacular. We've played this a lot because of that playtime, haven't we? I mean, it's just a deep puzzle to solve, just like Vivid Memories, because there's so much to think about. It's right at the precipice of being too much, but it's perfectly balanced, and so is Vivid Memories. These are great designers, and the designers of Vivid Memories are great designers. And I'm telling you, you should give this game a chance. Now, the 5th reason that I can give you as to why you should pick this game up is the most important of all. I bought this for 15 bucks. You can probably get it for 10 or $15 from somebody. I bet you if I got on Board Game Geek right now, somebody's selling this for 10 or 15 bucks because they didn't take the time to learn this game. I almost made that mistake. This game takes you at least 5 plays to understand what's going on. But it took me 5 plays to get Spectacular. I felt like it was a little bit overwhelmed with Spectacular. But once I played it enough, and it's like a musical instrument. You got to play it a few times before you can get going. And once I played it Spectacular enough, I'm in love with it. I'm going to put it in my Ultimate Top 100. That's how much I love Spectacular. And Vivid Memories, I don't know. I might do the same with that. This is a super tight designed game. It's everything about it is well balanced. Yes, if you play this game once or twice and you're going to read reviews on Board Game Geek of people that only played this one time or 2 times and gave up on it because they just couldn't get it. And I just implore all of you to try to take the time and play this game 5 times. Again, it only takes you 30-35 minutes to play it. But once you get it, once you see, oh man, now I understand. Oh, okay. He's right. These actions are so important because you have to be able to move that stuff around. And I did horribly one game because Lori stuck me with 3 memory tiles and they covered up 3 actions in my last round. So I couldn't take but 1 action to do any manipulating on my player board, and she spanked me pretty good that game. But man, I mean, tell you, this game is fun. And that 5th play that we had, I told her, oh, I can't believe it took me that long to get this game. It's so amazing. And you get a paper airplane, a plastic paper airplane, first player marker. Everything about this publishing job is incredible. The game itself is incredible. And I just wanted to take a few minutes today and tell you guys about it. I call it a red alert because I don't want you to make the mistake I made and get rid of this game. If you own this game and you're trying to sell it for 10 or 15 bucks, you might want to revisit that decision because you're missing the boat on an outstanding game. Everything fits in there perfectly. Beautiful rule book, my cheater notes. Oh, I'm telling you guys, I just wanted to take the time and tell you about this game because you can get it so inexpensively. What a steal. I think Miniature Market had it for $15.99 on their spring sale. I saw that on there and some people picked it up, and I'm telling you, if you like Spectacular, if you like any of these games that I showed you that I call puzzle games, that's the type of game this is. But Spectacular is the one that it's most like as far as complexity. There's going to be a lot to think about, a lot of things going on in your head that you can, that's happening in the game, but it's only going to be 3 rounds and you've got 30-35 minutes invested in it when you're done playing. Wow, what a fun time. This game plays 2 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes, 2 players, you do it in 30. And it's by Floodgate Games. That's Vivid Memories. Hey, leave some comments if you played this game, if you are thinking about picking it up, and if you go and get it, let me know that. But please play this game, learn it, give it time, play it 5, 6, 7 times. And I think if you do that, you'll enjoy it and you'll understand what I'm talking about. And it's so pretty too. Once you get all those fragments on your board and those memory tiles, once you complete those memory tiles, I think they're called cherished memories. Once you finish them and they put them in your stack of finished memories, those are called cherished memories from your childhood. And you got all these little pictures on those memory tiles. Hey, it's a fantastic game. I wanted to tell you guys about it today. I think that's all I want to say about Vivid Memories. Gee whiz, such a great game. I was so excited after we finished playing the other night that I said I got to do a video just on this game because I see people selling this game for next to nothing, which is...
Well, and it's only a 6.6.
Yeah, I mean,
BGG.
Yes, criminally underrated because people just didn't take the time to learn it. There's quite a bit going on. It's coming from all directions in this game. It's just like Spectacular. It's coming from all directions, and you're trying to put all that together in a short period of time. And I think Z Garcia over at Dice Tower said, you didn't get a lot done. Well, I guess it's a matter of opinion. I think I felt that way after 1 or 2 plays, but after my 4th and 5th play, I was getting a lot more done when I understood how those actions on your board are so vital in the route building that you're doing on your player board. You have to understand what those actions do. and how they can affect the game. But hey, that's it. I wanted to keep this short. Vivid Memories. This is a fantastic game. I get a huge thumbs up from me. It took me a while to love it, and now I am in love, and I want you guys to be also for $10 to $15. I'll see you next time on The Bones Collector. I love every one of you. Keep on board gaming. Best doggone hobby on the planet. Leave us a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave some comments. That helps also, and we'll get back to every one of you, I promise. See you the next time, The Bones Collector. Bye-bye.